Hi everyone, welcome back to Amala Fitness on IC Digital. My name is Kim and I'm going to be leading us through a yoga class today. I know you've been joining me the last few weeks and we have been doing strength training and or HIIT classes, but today I'm changing it up on you guys. As some of you may know, I am a yoga instructor as well. I don't know if I have shared this, but I have also competed in multiple bikini competitions. I'm not competing right now. But I'm telling you this because strength training and yoga really do complement each other. And I think it's great to bring both into your health and fitness world, which is why we are gonna do a power flow yoga class today. Now don't be fooled, you are probably still gonna sweat. Your core is gonna be on fire. So don't turn the video off, stay with me. I will say it's about an intermediate class that we are going to go through today, but as I say in all my yoga classes and even in my strength training classes, this is your practice. So I'm going to offer up modifications to make this flow a little easier. I'm going to offer up variations to make it a little harder. You know what your body needs, so listen to your body and push yourself to where you need to be. Now, one thing I do want to say about yoga is the beautiful thing about it is it connects you to your breath. So I like to say a good way to gauge whether you should be pushing yourself harder or not is if you're holding your breath. I am going to give a lot of breath cues throughout this practice today. And if you notice that you're holding your breath or you're gasping for air, that is a good indication to ease out. Don't worry. Let the ego aside and just stick with the breath. With that being said, let's get started. You don't need much today. All you need is a yoga mat or a gym mat, and if you don't have either, that is fine. We will be on our knees a little bit, so it'll just be a little bit more comfortable. If you feel like you need some water, grab that, and we are going to get started here in a few seconds. For those of you that are ready, we're going to get started in child's pose. I'm going to go into child's pose, then I'm going to come out as I lead you guys into the practice. Reason being, if I stay down in child's pose, my voice is going to be muffled and it's going to be hard for you guys to hear me. So let's get ready in our child's pose. Knees are open wide, toes to touch. Begin to walk your hands down onto the mat. Drop your forehead down on the mat. Fingertips reach to the top as you sink your hips closer down to your heels. This is where you're going to stay for the next few breaths. And as you're in your child's pose, just begin to prepare yourself for your yoga practice today. Begin to slow the breath down. You're going to take a deep inhale in through the nose for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it here at the top and then softly exhale out for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Push out that last little bit of air, and once again, take an inhale. Feel the belly rise up. Rib cage expands front and back. Hold it at the top, keep those shoulders down, and as you exhale softly out, feel the chest fall, belly slowly comes in. You're going to take a few more breaths just like that, inhaling and exhaling for a count of 4. Maybe if you could even slow the exhale down for a count of 5. As we slow our exhales down, the body begins to naturally relax. And with each exhale, maybe sinking the heels or the hips a little closer down towards the heels. And as you inhale, finding length in the spine, maybe crawling your fingertips a little closer to the top of your mat. Taking a couple more breaths here. From your child's pose, as you inhale, press yourself up into a tabletop position. Knees are underneath the hips, wrists are underneath the shoulders. We're going to move through a couple cat-cows. Keep your gaze down. As you inhale, pull your chest through the shoulders, roll the shoulders down your back, gaze up towards the sky, cow pose. Exhale, cat, rounding through the upper back, pull the belly button to spine as you gaze back toward your toes. Inhale, cow pose. Pull the chest through, gazes up. Exhale, round and curl, cat pose. Taking a few more rounds just like this. Inhale, warming up the spine. If you feel like you want a bit more stretch in the forearms, you could turn your fingers so they're pointing towards the knees. Inhale, let's take 2 more rounds. Gaze up. Exhale, round and curl. One more time. Inhale, open up that chest. Exhale, rounding. Feeling a nice opening through that thoracic spine, upper back. As you inhale, let's come back into neutral position. Make sure those wrists are underneath the shoulders. Right away, pull the belly button to your spine, tuck your toes, and as you inhale, hover your knees off your mat. Here, we're gonna just hold. Keep wrapping the triceps towards your toes. That's gonna help spread the shoulder blades apart and relax the shoulders out of your ears. We got 15 more seconds here. We're just getting started with this core. And last 5 seconds. And release the knees down. Staying here in your tabletop. As you inhale, reach your right arm forward, left leg back. Notice if that left hip wants to come up, roll it down so it's square to the earth. As you exhale, bring your elbow to knee, rounding through the upper back just like we did in our cat pose. Inhale, find length. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, find length. One more time, bring that elbow to knee. Inhale, find length. This time, open up. Right arm out to the side, left leg out to the side. Flex those left toes towards your face. Engage that left glute. Here we hold. Stay with your breath. Inhale, lengthen in opposite direction. Exhale, release back to your tabletop. Let's take 1 round of cat-cow here just to neutralize out the spine. As you inhale, open up the chest, gaze up toward the sky. Exhale, round and curl, pulling that belly button to the spine. Inhale, coming back to neutral position. And with your next inhale, left arm reaches to the top of your mat, right leg reaches to the back. Roll that right hip down. Exhale, bring your elbow to knee, rounding through that upper back. Inhale, find length. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, find length. One more time, bring that elbow to knee as you exhale. As you inhale, really lengthen up. And then exhale, open up that left arm, right leg. Flex the right toes toward your face. Inhale, lengthen in opposite directions. And then exhale, release down back to your tabletop. From here, as we exhale, let's push back into our first downward facing dog. So hips up to the sky, feet are hip width apart. Take a moment here just to walk your dog out, bending one leg at a time, getting into that back side of the body, the hamstrings, the calves. Maybe you hold one knee bent for a breath, and then switch it out. And then let's find some stillness. From our first downward facing dog, ground all 10 fingers down into your mat. Wrap those triceps towards the back of your mat. As you inhale, lengthen your sit bones up to the sky. And as you exhale, sink your heels a little closer down towards your mat. Now, it is okay here if the heels don't touch the mat. Just energetically release the heels down. As you practice your yoga more, the body will begin to open up and slowly the heels will soften towards your mat. As you inhale, let's hinge forward into your high plank. Notice if you had to move your hands forward, back, whatever you had to do to get your wrists underneath the shoulders, that's completely okay. But now this is the distance you want to be. So as you exhale, move with me, just bring the hips back up to the sky. That is okay if the heels are a little bit higher right now. It's going to be much easier to flow from this distance as we begin to flow more in our practice. So let's hinge forward back into our plank pose. From here, we got options. This is full expression plank. You could drop down to your knees, tuck that tailbone under. Wherever you are, shoulders are stacked on top of the wrists. If you are in your full plank, press your heels to the back of the mat. Everybody pull the belly button to spine and wrap the triceps to the back of the room. I keep saying wrapping the triceps back because what happens a lot of times is the elbows flare out and then you start to cave in the upper back. Over time, you are going to have sore shoulders if you keep doing this. So let's get good posture right from the beginning. From here, let's push back into our downward facing dog. At the bottom of your next exhale, walk your feet up to the top of your mat. Keep the feet hip width apart, and we're going to come into ragdoll pose. Let your head and neck hang heavy here. Any tension in the lower back, maybe slight bend in the knees. And let the arms hang heavy, or you could cross your arms, resting your elbows in opposite hands. And if it feels good, you could rock side to side, shake the head out, yes and no. Just any tension you're holding in the shoulders, neck, upper back, let it release here. Imagine your head is like a heavy bowling ball. Just hang heavy here. If the arms are crossed, release the hands down. And as you inhale, pull the belly button to spine and slowly roll up. I will say this many times throughout the practice, pull the belly to spine as you roll up because it eliminates any pressure in the lower back because we're engaging our abdominals. As you inhale, let's reach our arms up overhead. Find length through the side body. And as you exhale, bring your hands to heart. Really press the palms together, engaging the arms. And as you inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips. As you inhale, come up halfway. Fingertips are underneath the shoulders, gaze is down. And as you exhale, plant your palms into your mat, step your feet back, coming into your high plank. We'll flow through this first vinyasa from the knees. So this is one of the modifications. Dropping down to the knees. As you exhale, lower down slowly. Keep the elbows glued in. Elbows aren't flying out. Elbows are glued in, coming all the way down to your mat. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Keep the gaze down. Little to no weight in your palms. Inhale, cobra pose. Engage the quadriceps so the knees float off your mat. And as you exhale, press into your palms. Moving through the knees, push back into your downward facing dog. So this is one modification you could take through your practice if you feel like the shoulders are getting a little bit sore. We're going to flow through that sun salutation 2 more times, breath to movement, just to warm up the body. At the bottom of your next exhale, walk your feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale, come up halfway. We're moving to breath here. On your exhale, fold forward. Inhale, find length. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart. Inhale, arms sweep up. And on your exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step back. We're going to move high to low plank. If you're taking full expression, slowly lower yourself down only to 90 degrees. If you notice the back is sagging like this, maybe that's an indication to drop down to the knees. So coming into your low plank, inhale, cobra pose. If you're taking cobra pose, legs float off the mat. Press through the tops of the feet. Roll the shoulders back, open up the chest, gaze up. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. So those are your 2 options as we flow today through our vinyasas. If the shoulders get really sore, you could skip the vinyasas altogether and just meet us in downward facing dog. Let's flow through this one last time. At the bottom of your next exhale, walk your feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, find length, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to heart. Inhale, arms sweep up. And on your exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step the feet back. Let's flow through our vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And on your exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Hips up high. Moving on to our sun salutation B. As you inhale, let's bring that right leg high. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Shift the weight forward. Shoulders on top of the wrist. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, rounding through the upper back just like your cat pose. Here we hold, take an inhale. Exhale, release down into your low lunge. Feet are hip width apart. As you inhale, come up into your crescent pose. Arms reach up overhead. Right knee stacked on top of that right ankle. And then right away, slide that right hip back, left hip forward. Relax the shoulders down. Legs stay where they are. As you exhale, fly the arms back. Palms open up towards the earth to open the chest up. Back leg is active, pressing through the heel of your right foot. Legs and chest stay where they are. Stay in that 45-degree angle. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Keep that core engaged to keep your torso off that front leg. Keep powering through that back leg. And then shift your weight into your right foot as you inhale, warrior three. Slight bend in that right leg as you reach the left leg back. Imagine you have a block in your hands. Arms are active. You could always bring the hands to heart two if that feels a little easier. From your warrior three, as you exhale, slowly landing into warrior two. Back foot is parallel to the back of your mat. Arms lengthen in opposite direction. Keeping that nice bend in that right leg. Begin to peel your right knee open towards your right pinky toe, opening up your hips. Now I'm looking at the camera, kind of talking to you guys, but gaze over your front fingertips. As you exhale, sink a little deeper. Relax the shoulders down. As you inhale, extended side angle. Right arm goes to the inside of that right thigh. Ground down through the knife edge of your back foot as you reach energy through your left fingertips. Now don't be afraid here to use your right arm to gently press on the inside of that right thigh, opening up that hip. And as you inhale, coming into your reverse warrior, right fingertips reach to the back of the room. Now this is a side body stretch, not a back bend, so get a nice side stretch through that right side. And as you reach to the back of your mat, relax the shoulder down. Now what's happening with that front knee? Are you beginning to straighten it? As you exhale, let's sink a little deeper. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, windmill your hands down. Let's flow through our vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pull the chest through. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, let's bring your left leg high. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Shift that weight forward. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, left leg comes high. Exhale, knee to nose. Holding it here for an inhale. And as you exhale, slowly release that left foot down. Right away as you inhale, coming into our crescent pose. This time, left hip slides back, right hip forward. And then let's take a little tuck, or a little bend in that right knee as you tuck the tailbone under. Now keep that tuck, and as you inhale, begin to straighten that right leg once again. Net the front ribs in, relax the shoulders down. Legs stay where they are as you exhale, fly the arms back. Palms once again open up towards the earth. Reach the crown of the head to the top of your mat as you reach your right heel towards the back. Legs and torso stay exactly where they are as you inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Core's engaged. Keeping that torso off that front leg. Keep the gaze down. And begin to shift your weight into your left foot as you inhale, warrior three. Right toes float off your mat. Begin to hinge forward from your hips, bringing your chest parallel to the mat. Roll the right hip down here slightly. If you brought your hands to heart before, you're welcome to do that here again. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, let's slowly land into our warrior two. Right away, that left knee is stacked on top of the left ankle. Wrap that left hip under. And then shift your shoulders back slightly so they're stacked on top of the hips. If you have a mirror or if you could see your reflection in your TV, however your home is set up, check yourself out. Check your alignment out. Gazing over those front fingertips. As you exhale, extended side angle. Left arm to the inside of that left thigh. Continue to wrap that left hip under. And as with your next inhale, reversing your warrior. Keep that bend in that left leg. Little to no weight in your back hand, resting on that back leg, reaching your left fingertips to the back of the room. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, windmill your hands down, flow through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. And on your exhale, push back, downward facing dog. This is our sun salutation B. We are going to flow through this. Once again, breath to movement, so a little faster than what we just did. As you inhale, bring your right leg high. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Hold it here. Take an inhale. Exhale, release down, low lunge. Inhale, crescent pose. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, fly the arms back. Legs and chest stay where they are. Inhale, reach the arms forward. And as you exhale, warrior three, float those left toes back. Take an inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Nice and slow, controlled movements. As you exhale, extended side angle. And inhale, reach the arms back, reverse that warrior. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, release your hands down, flow through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Moving on to the left leg right away. Inhale, bring the left toes high. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Hold it here. Take an inhale. Exhale, release down. Inhale, crescent pose. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, fly the arms back. Inhale, arms reach forward. Exhale, warrior three. Float those right toes off the mat. Take a deep inhale. Fill up those lungs. Exhale, open up, warrior two, sinking deep into that left leg. Take an inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And on your exhale, windmill your hands down. Let's flow through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Are you guys feeling warmed up? I hope so, because I sure am. All right, as promised, we're going to get that core fired up today as we flow through this practice. So as you inhale, let's hinge forward into our high plank. Remember, you're welcome to come down to your knees if you'd like. From this high plank, actually, we're going to come down to a forearm plank. You could take it from the knees as well. If you're taking it from the knees, really tuck that tailbone under. So here we hold forearm plank. We're holding it here for 30 seconds. Shoulders are stacked on top of the elbows, pressing through the forearms, pressing through your fingertips. Reach the heels to the back of the room and then tuck that belly button to spine here. Keep wrapping the triceps to the back towards your toes, keeping the shoulder blades spread apart. Shoulders are out of the ears. We got 5 more seconds here. You guys are strong, you got this. Now let's press back up into our high plank and then push back into our downward facing dog. We're gonna revisit that sun salutation B that we just flowed through a couple times, but I want you to listen to the changes this time. I'm going to add on to the sequence. As you inhale, let's bring your right leg high. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, rounding through that upper back. And as you exhale, release that right leg down. Inhale, arms reach up overhead, coming into your crescent pose. And as you exhale, fly the arms back, reach the fingertips back. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, float into your warrior 3. Listen to the change here. Balancing through that right leg as you inhale, sweep the left leg up, coming into your one-legged mountain pose. Arms reach up overhead, tuck the tailbone under, maybe slight bend in that standing leg. Don't lock out the knee completely. From here, let's move into our tree pose, bringing the sole of your left foot to the inside of the right thigh, or maybe the calf, bringing your hands here to heart. Working on the balance. Can you find some stillness here? Stay with your breath. As you inhale, come back into your one-legged mounted pose. And as you exhale, sweep the arms down, coming into standing splits. Arms release down to the mat. Left leg comes up high, folding over that front leg. Now the left hip wants to open up, and yes, you'll get more height in the leg, but let's roll that left hip down. It's okay if the left leg doesn't come as high. From here, as you exhale, Shiva squat, left leg comes behind the right. Inhale, press up back into your standing splits. We got 3 more of those. Exhale, left leg behind the right. Inhale, press up. Exhale, down. Inhale, press up, really pressing through that right heel. Exhale. And inhale, press up. From here, with our next exhale, slowly stepping back into our warrior 2. We've been here before a few times today. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And on your exhale, windmill your hands down. Flow through your vinyasa. Maybe you want to float those right toes off. As you exhale, coming down into your low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, pushing back. Downward facing dog, hips up to the sky. Moving on to this left leg. On your inhale, left leg comes high. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, holding it here, rounding through the upper back. And with your next exhale, step it through low lunge. As you inhale, coming into the crescent pose. Exhale, fly the arms back. Inhale, arms reach up overhead, chest and legs stay where they are. And as you exhale, floating into your warrior 3, right toes float off the mat this time. As you inhale, sweeping that right leg through into your one-legged mounted pose. Here we hold it. Pull those front ribs in. Relax the shoulders down. And as you exhale, slowly moving into that tree pose. Sole of the right foot comes to the inside of your left thigh or calf, bringing your hands to heart. Maybe here you want to extend the arms back overhead this time. Maybe you want to close your eyes, challenging your balance a little more. If you fall out, that is completely okay. That's you just challenging your limits. Wherever you are, let's bring your arms up overhead, coming back into your one-legged mounted pose. Right leg comes up to hip height. And as you exhale, moving into standing splits, Right leg floats back as your fingertips reach down to the earth and your chest folds over that front thigh. From here, as you exhale, Shiva squat. Right leg behind the left. Inhale, press up, pressing through that left heel. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, press up. 2 more times. Exhale, right knee behind that left leg. Inhale, press up. Exhale, last one. Inhale, press up. And as you exhale, step back into your warrior 2. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And on your exhale, windmill your hands down. Let's flow through your vinyasa, maybe floating the left toes off the mat this time. Inhale, upward facing dog. And on your exhale, pushing back into your downward facing dog. Let's take 5 nice slow breaths here in your downward facing dog. As you inhale, filling up the lungs, and take a big open mouth exhale here. Just releasing anything that no longer serves you, any physical tension in the body, any emotional stress, just letting that all go here. Let's take 2 more breaths. Take a deep inhale in through your nose. And open mouth exhale. 1 last time, inhale. And open mouth exhale. From here, with your next exhale, walk your feet up to the top of your mat. Keep the feet hip width apart. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Grab with your pinky fingers, grab your big toes. As you inhale, find length once again. And as you exhale, begin to bend the elbows and pulling your chest a little closer down towards your thighs. Now, as I said before, any tension in the lower back or hamstrings, put a slight bend in the knees. Let the head and neck hang heavy here. Taking a few breaths, opening up those hamstrings a little more. Release your hands. Heel toe your feet to touch. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair pose. Arms reach up overhead. Sink the hips back. Now look down at your toes. Can you see all 10 toes? If you can't, sink the hips back a little more. Maybe even try lift the toes off your mat. That's going to help you shift your weight into your heels. From here, bring your hands to heart. Inhale, pick up this right leg and coming into standing figure 4. Right ankle crosses on top of that left thigh, and here we hold. Press the right knee down towards your mat. I'm going to just stand like this so you can see me a little bit better here, because sometimes this can be a tricky pose. Lifting the chest up, flex the toes towards the knee. That's just going to help protect that knee joint. So I'm going to come back to the top of the mat. Make you guys challenge your balance a little bit more here. And on your inhale, let's come back into your one-legged mountain pose. We have been here before. On your exhale, step that right leg back. Bring your palms down towards the earth. Low lunge. Ground down through the right palm. Inhale, sweep your left arm up to the sky. Keep that back leg active. If it feels okay on your neck, gaze up towards your left fingertips. Big core engagement here. As you inhale, let's come up into a crescent twist. So keep reaching that left arm to the back of the mat, reaching the right fingertips to the top, and then pull the shoulders back. Big transition here as you inhale. We're going to open up to warrior 2. Back foot parallel to the back of your mat, bending into that left knee. As you inhale, straighten your front leg, that left leg. And as you exhale, reach as far forward as you can. And then drop your left hand to the inside of that left shin, reaching up toward the sky. Now, if you have yoga blocks, you could always place a yoga block around you. For our triangle pose, we want to find length through the side body and not round. So if the hand doesn't come down to the ground, that is okay. Focus on the length. Keep wrapping that left hip under as you open the right shoulder up towards the sky. Bending into that front leg as you inhale, coming into your reverse warrior. Left fingertips float to the back of the room. And on your exhale, windmill your hands down, flow through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog, hips up to the sky. From here at the bottom of your next exhale, walk your feet up to the top of your mat. Feet are hip width apart. Once again, inhale, find length as you come up halfway. And on your exhale, fold forward. This time, turn your palms up towards the sky. Walk your feet on top of your palms. Toes touch the creases of your wrists. Maybe you take a deeper bend. That is okay. As you exhale, begin to straighten the legs, folding over the front thighs. Let the head and neck hang heavy here. Couple breaths. Maybe pressing your toes into your wrists, massaging those wrists. Release the hands, heel toe the feet to touch. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair pose. Sink those hips back, right away. Relaxing the shoulders down as you open up the chest. Shifting the weight into your right foot as you inhale, pick up your left foot, crossing the left ankle on top of the right thigh, bringing your hands to heart. Flex the left toes. You may have to adjust the hips a little, pressing that left hip down, maybe popping up. Depending on how tight your hips are, you'll notice one side is probably a little tighter than the other. For me, it is my left side. Take one more breath here. And as you inhale, let's come up into our one-legged mounted pose. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, slowly step that left foot back. Release your hands down to your mat, coming into your low lunge. Ground down through your left hand. Inhale, sweep your right arm up to the sky. Low lunge twist. Back leg is active. Core nice and strong here. Inhale, coming into our crescent twist. Right fingertips reach to the back of the room. Left fingertips to the front. Now to help with the balance, imagine you're scissoring your legs together here. Big transition here as you inhale, opening up into our warrior two. Right away sinking into that right knee, getting that nice low lunge. We've been here before. Pressing through that right big toe as you inhale, straighten the right leg. Arms lengthen in opposite direction. And as you exhale, reach as far forward as you can to the top of your mat. When you can't reach anymore, reach that right arm down, left arm comes up. Now let's keep this back foot as our anchor. You could turn it in slightly, about 20 degrees, and then wrap the right hip under as you find length through that right side body. Keep pressing through that right big toe. As you inhale, bend into that front knee, reverse your warrior. And on your exhale, windmill your hands down, flow through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog, hips up to the sky. From here, let's get into that core a little bit more. On your inhale, let's hinge forward into a high plank. Shift your weight into your left palm, coming into the knife edge of your left foot, coming into your side plank. So we got options here. You could drop down to that bottom knee, You could come up, stacking your feet on top of one another, or you could pick that top leg up. Where are you today? Wherever you are, let's roll that top hip forward slightly. Holding it here. Flex those right toes towards your face. We got 10 more seconds. You guys are strong. You could do anything for 5 more seconds. From here, let's release back into our plank pose. And then grounding down through your right palm, we're gonna shift over to the other side. Side plank on the right. Lifting those left fingertips up to the sky, taking whichever variation you did on the other side. We have another 30-second hold on this side. 10 more seconds here. And on your exhale, release and push back into downward facing dog, hips up to the sky. Take 2, 3 deep breaths. On your inhale, let's bring your right leg high. Exhale, open up that hip, maybe taking a couple big circles. And then with your next exhale, moving into wild thing. Shift your weight so that the left shoulder's on top of the left wrist. That's going to give you a little more lift. And then press to the knife edge of your left foot. Lift your chest and hips up toward the sky. Getting a nice opening through that front side of your body. On your exhale, release the right hand down. Keep that right leg high. And on your exhale, let's sweep the right leg in, coming into your pigeon pose. So left leg extends long behind you. Trying to bring your right shin as close to parallel to the top of your mat. Now, if you're a little tight in the hips, maybe a little tough, but that is completely okay. If you notice the right hip is coming up a lot, you could grab a pillow or a blanket. You're welcome to stay here, or you can begin to walk your palms down, coming into a sleeping pigeon, dropping maybe your forehead all the way down to your mat. I'm going to just stay up just so I can talk through this a little bit. Wherever you are, flex your toes towards the knee. Once again, just protecting that knee joint. And then noticing if you tend to shift your weight a little bit more to the left, just shift your weight back to the right, finding equal weight distribution on both hips. And let's take about 5 more breaths here, slowing it down now. Preparing ourselves for the end of our practice. If you're all the way folded down, press up into your palms. Tuck your back toes. Inhale, sweep your right leg high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do the same thing on the left side. As you inhale, sweep your left leg high. Open up your hips, circling out that left leg a couple times. And then dropping that left leg behind the right, coming into your wild thing. Lift the hips up. Right shoulder stacked on top of that right wrist. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, left palm comes down to your mat. Inhale, sweep the left leg high. And as you exhale, pigeon pose on the left. This time, right leg extends long behind you. Left shin comes as close to parallel to the top of the mat. Flex those toes towards your face. And as you inhale, press through the fingertips, lift up your chest. This may help you get a nice extra stretch in that front hip flexor on the right side. This is where you stayed on the other side. You're welcome to stay here or come back down into your sleeping pigeon, dropping the forehead, forearms down onto the mat. So you'll be able to see it a little bit better on this side, but if you notice this left butt cheek is up a lot. This is where you could always stick a blanket or a yoga block depending how high off the mat it is. And this will just give you a little bit more support to sink a little deeper into your pose. So let's take a few more breaths here. Really getting into the hips, opening them up, slowing that exhale down, finding a little bit more relaxation with each exhale. And then if you're all the way folded down, press up into your palms. As you inhale, sweep your left leg up to the sky. And on your exhale, coming down into your downward facing dog. From here, walk your feet up to the top of your mat and have a seat. Extend your legs out long in front of you. Flex your toes up towards your face. As you inhale, arms reach up overhead, finding length. And as you exhale, folding forward, coming into a seated forward fold. So, as I've said before from our standing poses, if you're getting any tension in the lower back or feeling a real pull in the hamstrings, walk those knees in. It's okay to have a bend. This might be where you are today, but as you practice yoga a little more, you may notice that those heels begin to creep out. The legs could be straight. Wherever you are, as you inhale, come up halfway, finding length in the spine. And as you exhale, folding forward over those thighs. Let the head and neck hang heavy here. Taking a few breaths. As you inhale, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. And as you exhale, scoot your hips forward, coming down onto your back. Walk your heels in, feet are hip width apart. Walk your heels in enough so that you could touch the back of your heels with your fingertips. And then as you inhale, you're going to press through the heels, coming into bridge pose. As you press through the heels, energetically slide your hip bones towards the toes, finding length in the lower back. Holding it here. Keep the gaze directly above you and just listen to my voice. Try not to look side to side, just to avoid any neck injuries. As you exhale, we're slowly going to release the spine down one vertebrae at a time, back down onto your mat. We're going to take this one more time, but this time you could clasp your hands underneath your back, getting a bit more of a chest expansion. As you inhale, let's lift those hips up once again, pressing through the heels. And then clasp your hands together, roll the shoulders open. Maybe even float your toes off the mat. This is just going to help you engage the glutes more. Keep finding length in the lower back. And as you exhale, slowly release the hips back down towards the earth. As you inhale, hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. And as you exhale, extend the left leg long, keeping that right knee into your side body, but avoiding the rib cage, so pulling the knee out slightly to the side. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, twist. Right knee crosses over that left leg. Slide that left hip back slightly so it's stacked directly underneath that right hip. As you twist, make sure that that right shoulder stays glued onto your mat. If you notice it's creeping off the mat, that's a good indication to come out of your twist a little more. Keeping the shoulder on your mat is just going to help keep the spine in alignment. If it feels okay on your neck, gaze over that right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest just to neutralize out the spine here. And as you exhale, extend the right leg long, keeping the left leg tucked into your side body. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, twist. This time, left leg crosses over the right. Left shoulder is glued down to the earth. Taking a few breaths. As you inhale, find length in the spine. And as you exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest one last time. We got one more pose before we get into our resting pose. Let's come into our happy baby. Grabbing for the toes or the outside of our feet, whatever feels comfortable for you. I want you to pull your knees down towards the earth. Keep your lower back flat onto your mat. Maybe you just hold it here. Maybe you rock side to side, massaging the lower back. And then wherever you are, let's come to stillness. On your exhale, release the soles of your feet down to the mat and begin to straighten your legs, preparing yourself for Shavasana, final resting pose. So take up as much space as you want here. Feet are wide, turn your palms up to the sky. Keep them at your side. And let's just take these last couple minutes of our practice to fully rest, release, come back to your natural breath. And I know sometimes it's tempting to turn the video off here and get on with your day, but take these 2 minutes for yourself, to thank yourself, to move through this whole practice. And in these 2 minutes, it's just a good time to fully allow all the benefits of your yoga practice to absorb. Notice where you still may be holding tension. Notice how you're feeling physically, mentally, emotionally. And just feel yourself completely supported by the earth, not having to do any work here. And for these last few moments, I invite you just to breathe. Let those thoughts release and just focus on the breath. Begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, bringing awareness back to the body. And then circling your wrists and ankles. And then slowly on your own time, rolling either over to the left or right side, coming into a fetal position. And keeping the eyes closed, gently press yourself back up into a seated position. Now, if you take any of my public classes that aren't here on IC Digital, I like to finish my class with a couple breaths. So I'm going to do this here with you guys. We're going to finish class with a couple breaths. Let's take a deep inhale in through your nose. And a big open mouth exhale. Take an inhale in through your nose. Once again, open mouth exhale. With this inhale, breathe in something positive you want to carry into the remainder of your day or week. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, release something here on your mat that no longer serves you. Inhale, bring your hands to your third eye center. And on your exhale, bowing forward, sealing in your practice. Namaste. Thank you everybody for joining me this week on Amala Fitness. I will be back next Sunday, Monday, depending what part of the world you are on. We'll be back to strength training. I will keep it a surprise. Stay tuned.